I'm swapping my old, dumb gate motor for something new and smart.
So this is a typical gate motor that opens the gate, and it comes with a couple of remote controls to open the gate and close it, and that's really about as smart as it gets. Now one of the problems with using a gate motor like this is that there may be occasions when you have a lot of people coming in and out, perhaps you have some workmen on site, and you want to be able to open the gate manually. Well, as it is at the moment, the gate can't be opened manually because you're effectively having to turn the motor yourself. So the way this system works is that you have to disconnect the motor mechanism by opening this little door here, and now the gate is free to move. So the obvious problem with this is that the door is open and it just fills with all sorts of muck. So you can see we have the new gate motor installed. I think before I talk about that, I should really talk about some of the basics of how these gate motors work. If you were installing this for the first time, once you have your gate, you're going to have to weld on these casters, these wheels, and you're going to have to set the track for the casters to run on. That needs to be set into concrete. And then there is these legs that need to be welded on as well, and that then allows you to fit this teeth rack, and that will attach to the cog on the motor, and all the motor is basically doing is turning left and right, or clockwise and anti-clockwise, and it's pulling or pushing the gate. A couple of other things that you would need to do: you would have to fit a hard stop at both ends. Now that's going to stop the gate crashing into the post, but we don't want to be using that, and that's what this is. This is a little magnet which attaches to the rack, and there's two of those, and you can see that the gate is closed, but it hasn't made contact with the hard stop, and it's the same at the other end. So you position these on the rack, and you ensure that the motor switches off before it makes contact with the hard stop. One of the accessories that I purchased with the gate motor was this wireless Wi-Fi bridge key. So it serves a number of purposes. One, it is a permanently powered control for the gate, and the instructions are there in Thai. But bit yud, but is open, bit is closed, yud is stop, and so that means that you can easily open and close the gate without having to find a remote or the app. The instructions here, it says that it's a Wi-Fi bridge, and that means that it connects wirelessly with the gate, and you don't actually have to fit anything to the board to give you access to wireless communication. And the other advantage is that it's powered by Tuya, and Tuya then allows you to have access then to smart home technology, and Tuya will connect to your controls like your Google Assistant, and ultimately to Home Assistant. So there is a little door here with a key that you can open. It's the same as the other, which will disable the motor, meaning that you can manually open and close the gate. As I said, that's not something that we want to use. So let's just see what we've used instead. So this is a wireless keypad
that connects to the gate motor and allows people that you've given a key code to gain access to the property. And I've mounted it in a waterproof box. It's supposed to be waterproof, but I decided belt and braces was the best approach. So it's got the same controls as the unit in the house with instructions. Basically the screen goes to sleep. If you're pressing the buttons here, nothing's happening. You actually have to press the enter button first, and then you can hear that it's woken up. So that's the instructions in time, but bit yud and open, stop and close. And the instructions here is that you have to press the enter button first to wake the keypad up, and then you put the code in. So that works very well. I don't have to hand out a bunch of remote controls, and I don't have to set the motor to open by leaving the door open. So I can maintain security, but I can give people access. And family took a little while to get used to it, but they seem to have managed now. Okay, Google, close the gate.
Got it. Stopping the gate switch.
So you might be wondering why it is that I actually have to ask Google to close the gate. And the reason for that is that, unlike other smart devices, it's not a matter of saying on, off, or open, close. This motor doesn't know how to open the gate. All it knows how to do is to move the gate left or right. So my motor is on the left-hand side because I need the space to get the gate down the side there. You can see my opening is here and then down the side of the house there. If the motor was on the right-hand side, obviously to open the gate, I'd have to move it in the opposite direction. So that's the problem with the gate motors, is that you can't say open and close. And in my case, technically my motor is in the wrong place. It should be on the right-hand side, but that's probably the most common position. So to use the Tuya app to open the gate, you go to Tuya, find the gate switch and click open or close in my case. And the advantage of this is that when we get to the house, we find that the gate is already open. The problem with using a remote control is that it does need line of sight. And I have quite a lot of trees near my house, so I really have to start clicking the remote just as I come up to the house, and then you're basically sitting and waiting, which can be quite annoying. So this is the gate motor that I purchased. It's a BSM 750 watt motor designed for a 1000 kilogram gate, and the two accessories that I described in the video. And I purchased them from a company called Home Touch on the Shopee network, and I will put a link in the description to them. If you can't find a BSM gate motor, then a lot of the other motors will use similar circuit boards, and these three I know are particularly well supported. The K329E is the one that I used, and there's a number of accessories available for them. Now, if you decide to go with Home Touch or you buy a motor with one of these motherboards, it's worth checking out the Home Touch YouTube channel because they have a number of videos explaining how to attach the accessories and how to get it all working.